What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, a Nick fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment. You want to know when the next video going to drop? Hit the notification bell. All right, let's get into this video. Predicting the New York Knicks trade. I know y'all been hearing names. I've been hearing names. Actually, right now, there's four other players linked to the New York Knicks other than Dejounte Murray. I'll bring that up because he is a dream wish trade for all New York fans. And at one point, I was one of them people who wanted Dejounte Murray on his team. And I'm not saying he wouldn't be a good fit, but would he be enough to get the Knicks past? Let's be honest, the Boston Celtics. We have to think about, matching up against the teams that's over us and not just getting players because it's a splashy signing and it looked good offensively. And I know some of y'all going to say Murray, he had them defensive skill sets at one time. That's what he was known for. Yes, it is. It is. But if you look at Atlanta Hawks and him and Trey, a lot of people thought that was going to be an explosive scoring, duo. They was going to move the needle, and it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta. Let's be real. Atlanta has not really done anything since the trade. They made the playoffs. Yes, they haven't gotten out the first round with him. And am I wrong? Correct me in the comments. But in my opinion, he's not that player. Like, let's say you got Charles Barkley, a great player. You have certain players that play in this league that's good players, but never won championships. Even when you put them with, championship caliber teams, players or whatever, they was never able to get that hump. And I look at Murray as one of them guys. He's a good piece. I'm not gonna lie, he's a good piece, but will he help the Knicks win the championship? I'm not saying he couldn't. But right now, where the Knicks stand with our roster, the way it looks, will he be that piece that get us over the hump, over Milwaukee Bucks, over the Boston Celtics? Philadelphia is looking like, I'm not saying they out of it, but with the injury to Embiid, come on, let's be real. So we got to look at Milwaukee and Boston, and the real team to look at is Boston. By trading for Dejounte Murray, do that, give us a leg up over over Boston? No, I don't really think so. Here you see some other names that have been mentioned: Bruce Brown, Jordan Clarkson, Kelly Olynyk. Now, the Bruce Brown thing, from the jump, I was against this. I know people talking about he's a defensive guy and Tibbs like a defensive guy, but he's still kind of small. And the Knicks are small, and we got exposed. We won the game. We won the game, but we got kind of exposed in that game against Utah. And then the Lakers came and just, they beat us. Even with the Pacer game, you see the height difference, especially with Julius Randle and Anunoby being out. You see what happens with with the matchups. So right here, I know people want Murray. There's talk of Bruce Brown. Kelly Olynyk, it would be a good addition, you know what I'm saying, especially size-wise. And then you got Jordan Clarkson, another player that's good, but I still think wouldn't move the needle for the New York Knicks. And if I was betting any money, which I'm not saying I am, but I'm predicting this, my prediction is that the New York Knicks will go out and make a trade. And if they make a trade, that player is going to be P.J. Washington. Now, if you look at P.J. Washington's skill set, his stats, and how, so I'll get to that in a minute. But he fits this team perfectly. And when I think of P.J. Washington and I'm thinking of the New York Knicks, I'm actually thinking of the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets have that two stars. I know Jokic can be a dominant player, but so can Julius Randle at times, and so can Jalen Brunson. They didn't have that, they had a third offensive, they had that third option in scoring, which we do have in Anunoby. We've seen that. And then we have it in quite a few players, if you want to be honest. But Anunoby is our guy. So what we need is somebody to come off the bench and still be able to hold it down while the Knicks starters are resting. And P.J. Washington is that player. I'm telling you right now, if you look at his game set, when defensive-wise, he fits what the New York Knicks want to do. He have a defensive rating of 120. Size, he's 6'7". So let me see something here. Give me a second. He's 6'7", 230 pounds. So he would be able to bang with bigger guys down there. And let's say, for instance, I said we're going to have to compete against Boston. Now, let's think about Tatum. Tatum sometimes play that small forward, but most of the time he's on power forward. He's somewhere around 6'8", 6'9". If I'm wrong, well, I think 6'8", 6'7". But still, that gives a size that he can go against. Instead of having Josh Hart on Tatum or Brown, that is Jaylen Brown, we can have goddamn PJ Washington. Now we got a Chua, and then we got Jericho Sims, and then it it match up. It works for the New York Knicks. It put us in a better position, not only with Boston Celtics, but with a lot of other teams. If you look around now, let's check out what the trade that we have to give up. And the trade, it can work this way. And I know, everybody's talking about, because whenever you hear a trade, you always hear Evan Fournier name in it. But then you always hear a first round or a second round. I guess that's too sweet in the pot. But as I worked it out here and y'all see, we really don't need to add anything. But to make it a little better offer, we could throw in one second round picks the Knicks got. We got a lot of them, so we can throw that second round pick in it. But we really don't have to do that because it will work out for both teams in the long run, because Evan Fournier expiring contract is not a player option, it's a team option. So I'm guaranteed the New York Knicks is not going to keep Evan Fournier after this if they can't move him. So I know Charlotte wouldn't keep him either. So that would be money coming off the books. Either team, whatever happened with Evan Fournier, but I'm hoping the trade would benefit for keeping him on the team, because that's like 18, almost $19 million coming off their books that they'll be able to, especially with the new CBA, they'll be able to move around and go after some another player. But this works for the New York Knicks. If we want to compete right now in the playoffs and hopefully get past Boston, this is a player that we need. Like I said, if you look at his stats for the last few years, I know 2022 was his best season. He averaged 15 points. He's averaging 13 points now, 5.2 rebounds, 2.2 assists, and he's shooting 45% from the field. So 3-point wise, right now he's shooting 33%. That's not bad. He's going to hit a three. And if you look at what he did in his last 10 games over here, you see that he can score. He can have them nights where he can drop points. In his last game against against Indiana, he had 22 points. He played 32 minutes. Game before that, he had 5 points. But then the game against Chicago, 26 points. Then he had 16 points. Against Utah, he had 43 points. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like the man cannot score. And then the way we run this offense, and then, in my opinion, that average 13 points would go up the way the New York Knicks is running their offense, and what we would need on when the bench sit down. He probably will be one of our go-to guys on the second unit. So in my opinion, this is the perfect trade for the New York Knicks, because he brings offense, but he brings defense also. You know what I'm saying? You look at his defensive rating, as I said, he's ranked 120. He playing 29 minutes a game, like 13 points, 5 rebounds, assists, 2, 0.9 steals, and 0.7 blocks. And he would, in my opinion, he would fit perfect with the New York Knicks. I know DeJounte Murray would come in, he would be that spark off the bench. That's even if he come off the bench. See, that's what y'all not forgetting now. I know, will he want to come off the bench? He's coming off the bench now, so I guess, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how he will react to playing with the New York Knicks. I think he will come over here and expect a little bit more. But at the same time, him coming up the bench and him playing defense, and like I said, I know he's known, or one time was known for his defense, but he wouldn't have the size to go up against Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum. He wouldn't have the size to go up against real, true threes and power forwards. And that's the same position that we put in Josh Hart in, and that's why I was talking about the fatigue, because not only is Tibbs playing a 7-man rotation, these guys got to go bang up with guys that's bigger than them and way more than them. So bringing in PJ Washington, in my opinion, would be the perfect solution for the New York Knicks to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Would be the perfect solution for the New York Knicks to compete against, or one would say, match up against the Boston Celtics. PJ Washington is the missing link that the New York Knicks need. Tell me what y'all think in the comments, because I really do think that this guy can come in and really make a difference for the Knicks. I know, like I said, y'all talk about Bruce Brown. and Devontae Murray. But you have to think about size. When we seen since um, Randall been hurt and Anunoby went down, the Knicks is a real small team. Even when we bring in guys like Achua and Jericho Sims, I mean Sims is only 6'9", really. Achua's 6'7", 6'8" himself. But you know, it will still be, instead of having a 6'7", a 6'8" guy, and then a 6'2", and a 6'3" guy, and a 6'4" guy playing against a 6'7", it would be a little bit more help on size wise, in my opinion. And like I said, he can stretch the floor. I mean, he's shooting 33% from downtown, 45% from the floor. So he's going to have to be accounted for on a defensive end when other teams come in. And I got some video up here. So if you're watching what I'm saying, this is not a fluke. I just think the man has been on a team where his skills haven't been utilized to his best abilities. But you know, and then there's that Tibbs thing. Do he use his guys to their best ability? But I really do think that this would be a better move than going out and getting Devontae Murray. I think that signing PJ Washington, a player that's scruffy, how can I say, rebounds, defend, and he can create shots for himself. And that's what we're looking for in that second unit. And the way Miles McBride been playing, to pair them two up, and then have Achua and Sims, you know, because you know they're gonna still right now. If we make the trade, that's gonna be our bench. You know what I'm saying? You have to think of it. You're gonna be either, well, right now you're gonna be, because Hartenstein's back, he's starting, so it'll be Achua, maybe Sims. You know how Tibbs is. Now Sims is gonna have to sit on the bench, but Achua after what, the 5, then you can slide PJ Washington in the 4, and then we still short guys. We still short guys. So if OG Anunoby's coming back and Grimes coming back and Tua Randall coming back, that's a perfect move for the New York Knicks. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all think the Knicks should go out and forget about the Devontae Murrays and forget about the Bruce Brown and just snatch up PJ Washington? You know what I'm saying? I think he would be a perfect fit for this team. He'd be that missing link. I'm gonna say it again. He would be that missing link for the New York Knicks. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. And with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy. God bless, and peace.